Hey guys, welcome back to the Calibrate Tools and DIY channel, live on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. EST. Glad you guys can make it. I'm talking to guys in the replay, you know what I mean? Um, yeah, guys, I hope you can appreciate the festive look that I have for you tonight. It is that time of year, and why not, right? Why not spice it up a little bit? Hope you guys are getting ready for the holidays, and hope you're going to be safe out there so you can make it into the next year and smash all your goals in the next year, and just move it up to the next level. That's what it's all about. Anyway, guys, come on in the chat and make yourself known. I do these lives to interact and um, have that audience back and forth, and that's what I love about these lives. So if you like the environment, put a thumbs up in the chat. Okay. But anyway, guys, aside from all that, let's talk about the future. Let's talk about the future as far as the building trades go, and I think it's pretty bright, even considering the economy right now. Even the housing market and all that. It's still a great industry to get into, and coming into the next year, you can really put yourself on a really good path if if you're interested in the building trades. So much opportunity there. I will continue to, I'll probably sound like a broken record talking about all of that, because that's what this channel is about, right? It's not just about getting the average Joe handy. It's also about inspiring the young folk, or not so young folk, uh, as far as a path to wealth, past generational wealth, and opportunity, and that's right in the building trades. So let's dive into it. Why is the building trades booming? Well, for instance, there's a shortage, a labor shortage, all over the country, right? It's high demand, low supply of skilled trade workers, and if you can get your foot in the door right now, you'll be in a very good position, right? And you stick it out, go through the preliminary steps, get all the training you need, and you can branch out on your own. You can start a business. You can you can join a union and make some really good wages over time. And it's not what you think. People tend to look down on blue collar work. I mean, I'm telling you, without blue collar work, it won't be any white collar work. So I urge anybody that's interested in it, look into it now. Start off the new year on a good foot and get into a course, get into some kind of training or something like that, and get yourself on the right path. And I tell you, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, you won't regret that move. Okay. Um, but aside from all that good stuff, there are some other sides to the situation that I found very interesting when I decided to talk about this tonight. You got guys out there like contractors walking around complaining that, oh, nobody wants to work, no American wants to work, and this and that. And you got to question it. Reading some of the responses to people like that, you got to question: is there really a shortage? Why is there a shortage? We know the pandemic happened, right? And a lot of people just decided to say, "I'm out of here." A lot of people aged out of the industry, and they weren't being replaced, right? And why is that? Well, a lot of people were getting assistance from the government during the pandemic times, and that a lot of people just didn't want to go back to work, right? But that's not the only reason that the trades may be experiencing a shortage. Uh, you get complaints from people talking about low pay, low pay for their experience, and that's a legitimate complaint. And I question any contractor wants to come in here and challenge me on this, because I'm just I'm just doing the research on it. Is that a big reason? Are you taking the lion's share, which you should, right? If you're getting billed a job for $100 an hour and you're paying your employers or workers or contractors or subs, whatever, you're paying them less than that. Is it fair wages what you're paying them? Because we know that you can pay other folks, right, who don't necessarily are not going to complain. You can pay them whatever you want to pay them. So they're kind of lowballing everybody else. is that a legit complaint? So, but needless to say, regardless of that, low pay or whatever, you're gonna have to work your way up anyway, right? So you need to start somewhere, and that's just how it goes. So once again, the industry is rife with opportunity, and you can really shoot to the stars if you want, depending on you, depending on your work ethic. And I always like it around this time of year. I always like to kind of give some inspirational words, to get people motivated and stay true to the theme of this channel. And yeah, so come on in the chat, guys. Let me know that you're here. Say, hey, what's up, man? Your hat, I like your hat, or whatever. All right, so let's dive right in to the topic some more. I was doing the research here and on some people's comments about the topic. It says even with the shortage, it's not that easy to get into a lot of trades. Yeah, that's true. A lot of trades do require some sort of apprenticeship. Some require education beyond high school. I get it, and but it doesn't mean you should give up on that, right? Just go get the education, get what you need. A lot of them just require a GED, right? If you're in that situation, just high school diploma, it'll be just fine, and you could be making six figures after a while, right? Plus benefits and all that stuff. Or if you want to start your own outfit, which I highly promote, is to start your own outfit and get a taste of that, because we need more owners out there to balance the playing field, right? You got the big guys out there playing with the numbers and playing with all the wages and all that stuff. So if you can get your foot in the door, the more owners we have, the more balanced playing field we'll have out there, right? So let me see here. This person also said, I looked into it when my kid graduated from high school, and the unions only accept apprenticeship applications for a very short period of time during the year, usually 2 weeks in. Okay. It says in June, and they only interview a small number of applicants. Yeah. Okay. I worked for a nonprofit, and a lot of the unions, several unions used to come through looking for the nonprofit was a welding school, and several unions came through the welding school looking for candidates and everything. And from what I saw, they were pretty open to just about anybody. They just needed you to have the drive. You didn't have to know anything. They just need you to have the drive. And, of course, you're going to have to pass certain basic math skills and stuff like that. But, I wouldn't let that deter anybody, right? Matter of fact, you can only up your game if you're, more educated, right? The more you educate yourself, the more opportunities you'll get. Okay. Says many of them also require an associate's degree to even apply. Yeah, some trades do that. You can't just say, I want to be a plumber and find a plumbing apprenticeship a week later. Yeah, I get it, especially with the advanced technology they have today in a lot of the trades. You got to know something, right? You got to be somewhat mechanically inclined and technical to a degree. So, yeah, I wouldn't totally disagree with that guy right there. All right. Let me see here. Where am I? All right. Point Thinner Gang. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for coming in and sharing your thoughts here, Point Thinner Gang. You are saying the truth. Starting off, it is what it is. But as a worker, you really have to move after you are good. Join the union or start your own business. Yeah, that's at the end of the day, that's pretty much the game of life, especially in a capitalist economy like America, like the United States, or the West, if you want to call it. Yeah, there's only two options. Either you're going to be a worker bee, which is nothing wrong with that if you like what you're doing, but never, if you have the entrepreneurial spirit, why not? Why not try your hand at something, right? You don't necessarily have to quit either. You can start something on the side, especially if you have a skill in a particular trade. You can start something on the side while you work, right? And build that up. And then if you feel like transitioning and building that thing up from a side hustle to something more established, so you can transition out of say the 9 to 5 type of paradigm, then why not? So I think it's great. I think it's great however you look at it, right? I mean, however you look at it, there's opportunities there. And the trades, you know, you're not going to be saddled with hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt from going to school to only to find that you can't even get the job in what you went to school for, right? You're definitely going to get a job in what you go to a trade school for. Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah, guys, like I always say, I don't knock college or anything like that, right? I don't knock going after something else, but I tell you, I think I think a lot of kids are getting cheated on today because they aren't presented with the opportunity to in the trades, right? You know, a lot of math is required in a lot of trades. You know, a lot of critical thinking is required. A lot of creativity is required. And if you know, it depends on your perspective. If you look at it as, you know, I tend to look at certain trades. If I look at a pipe fitter, his work is to me is like art. You know, if I look at a plumber, you know, the way he routes the pipes, that's art to me. You know, so that's creativity. If I look at an electrician's work, that's art. That's art to me. I mean, look at it, right? So it all depends on your perspective. Everything's art, right? You could only imagine the amount of skill that it takes to do all that stuff, right? And it's the same. I mean, it's what keeps you sheltered. It's what keeps you going. As far as society goes, you know, in terms of infrastructure and stuff like that, it's artwork. Okay, it's artwork. All right. Thanks for that point. Point in the gang. No pun intended. Thanks for that point in the gang. Yeah. So what else do we got here, guys? It's you have like I said, you have in the trades you have solid job prospects, right? You definitely got solid job prospects. Um, uh, in the U.S., there's so much growth. There's so much growth in like the construction industry coming up. I mean, it's just ridiculous, right? I mean, you will definitely be in a good position if you apply yourself now and get the requisite training. Okay, and then it's the younger you are, the better you are. Okay, the better off you are. A lot, like I said, a lot of guys are aging out of the industry, and they need to replace people, right? And don't let what you see on the news about the economy and interest rates and stuff like that. Don't let that deter you. That's what they tell you on the news, but I guarantee you, there's so much opportunity there, right? There's so much opportunity there, and when things bounce back to well, I don't know if they're going to bounce back exactly to where they were, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The building trades are never going to go away. I mean, it's constantly growing. So, I mean, they're investing in infrastructure all over not just the U.S., but all over the world, right? If you can imagine the travel opportunities a lot of people have in the trades. I mean, say if you're a welder, you can be working anywhere in the world, guys, with a certain trade skill, right? Building bridges, building highways, building infrastructure in underdeveloped countries, all this stuff. So if you like to travel, there's opportunity there too. Okay. It all depends on you. All depends on you and how you and what you put into it. Okay. You're always learning. You're always learning. It's continuous growth curve, continuous learning curve, in everything. You don't ever say, even the journeyman doesn't know everything, right? If you have the attitude that you're constantly learning, that you will never stop learning, you'll never stop not building on what you know already, and you're willing to learn from even people that are younger than you, right? That may know more than you. Get your ego out of it, and trust me, you'll go a long way. Just drop all that baggage, and you'll go a very long way. Okay, and the financial rewards for that is pretty much limitless, especially if you start your own outfit, right? Yeah. So let me see. Okay. All right, let's see, guys. Let's see what else I can by the way, guys, this live is brought to you by calibrate.com. We got some great discounts for you for the holidays, free shipping. Take advantage of that. Go to calibrate.com and see what we got. It's only on selected items. Matter of fact, we got some great stocking stuffers over there. Check this out. That's a big old stocking, isn't it? We got some great stocking stuffers. My bad. Stocking stuffers over there. Let me show you what we got at calibrate.com. We got this guy right here. Okay. Exactac picture hanging tool. Great device. This is our flagship product. Helps you hang your pictures nice and straight all the time, every time, 100% of the time. Go check that out at calibrate.com. And by the way, that guy's free. There's free shipping on that guy right there. And this guy right here, okay, comes in a nice carrying case. This is the Calibrate Multimax pocket tool. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, this knife is so. I mean, I've been sliced up by this knife just by handling the thing. All right, so you got to be careful with this. But this is one of the best sellers right here that we have. All right, what pocket tool do you know has that? Has a flashlight, has a crescent wrench. All right, let me show you what else it has. Has screwdriver, has 3 screwdriver tips. All right, Phillips and flathead. And it has the bottle opener, can opener, and serrated edge saw on it as well, saw blade. This is one of our best sellers right here. You know, check it out. Free shipping, 20% off. You can't miss on this one. Okay, guys? All right. Hey, Claudette. How you doing? Glad I said looks great and festive. Amazing stocking stuff. Yeah. Thank you, Claudette. I appreciate that. Appreciate your feedback on that. You know, I try to provide something for my audience there. And of course, we got another stocking stuffer for you guys. Everybody should have a mini toolkit in their car, in the glove compartment, or, you know, house or desktop or whatever, right? Everybody needs that. It has the needle nose pliers, has the snippers, everything, right? Let me get that back there. Has the ratcheting wrench, screwdriver tips, socket wrench, all that stuff, guys. Okay. All right. Yeah, guys. Like I said, you know, and we have more stuff over there on the site. Go check it out. Just had to plug it for a second. But yeah, you know, the building trades are rife with opportunity, right? For anybody looking to get into them right now. Now is the best time. Now is the best time to pick up a skill, right? It doesn't take long at all. In fact, Claudette in the chat right there, one of, you know, great. She has a trade of her own. She's a florist, one of the best florists in the friggin' U.S. Okay, as a matter of fact, I'm honored to know her, right? Especially the skills she has. But she was a student at the nonprofit, the welding school. She learned how to weld, so she has that skill as well, right? And only took her a month to get certified, become a certified welder. Okay, and now she does welding as well on the side along with that. So, and it didn't cost her anything. So they have so many programs out there, right, for young kids, for, you know, older adults to get trained. Matter of fact, they have money in a lot of cities that are set aside for specific training programs that you can take advantage of. But if you're not looking for them, if you're not asking about them, if you're not doing the research, you're never going to know they're there, right? And you may end up spending thousands of dollars to learn how to do this or get a particular trade when they had another school somewhere else that could have taught you for half that amount, or you know, maybe not at all, maybe a free program. They got a lot of free programs out there, and you're not saddled with debt, or even if you had to pay, it's not, you know, it's not that much. You're not going to be paying for years, you know, or to the end of your life trying to pay off a loan. And, you know, you'll be making some decent money, right? Coming out of trade school, you can be making upwards, you know, start off maybe at 25, depends, $25-$30 an hour. Yeah, it's out there. Yeah. All right. Okay. A building boom is coming. Yeah, I think it's here already. Will the U.S. have enough skilled workers? If there were ever a time for young women and men to enter the skilled trades, it's now. Okay, it's now. Over the next decade, this country's gonna be too busy building, guys. The construction boom it's going to be like what we've never seen before. Okay, so why not position yourself to take advantage of that? Why not position? It's funny. I know people that have established professions, lawyers, doctors, truckers, that would like that they left their profession, right, for whatever reason, and they got into a trade, and they're way more satisfied doing that. You're working with your hands and your mind at the same time. It's a beautiful combination. You're not just sitting behind a desk all day, and I get it. I got a brother, he's in the IT field, but he's a network engineer, and but he's that does you're not just sitting behind a cubicle doing that. He's programming stuff, but at the same time he's installing equipment. I think there's no better combination than to use your hands and mind at the same time and build something. That's something you can stand back and say, yeah, I built that. I erected that. We did that. No other. I designed that. It's nothing more satisfying than that. Bringing something into the world with your hands and mind. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh yeah, no problem, Claudette. Of course. The Drons doctor. I ain't seen you in a while, Drons. How you been? Drons in the house, man. Tell us what you think about the topic, Drons. And by the way, Drons, check out calibrate.com. We got some great discounts for holiday discounts for you guys. And go check it out. And that's a great way to support the channel. And if you like my if you like the festive look right here, let me know in the chat. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. All right. Yeah. Okay. So guys, what do you think? And a lot of times I have parents come in the chat, or I talk to even out offline. I talk to a lot of parents, adults who have kids, and a lot of them they got kids that just don't want, sitting around the house, you know what I mean? Playing games all day, you know what I mean? But it's funny because these days you got these gamers and gamers, if they're pretty good, they can make some serious money. I'm talking about millions of dollars. So I'm like, I don't want to speak down on gaming too much, but I'm talking about the kids out there that don't, the young adults that don't necessarily have a direction in life, and they're looking for one, because I think at the end of the day, everybody's looking for some kind of direction, especially young kids, whether they tell you they are or not. Because once they have a sense of direction, everything changes. All that displaced energy just, is focused into one place. I've seen it happen. In the welding school, I've seen people come from all kinds of, adverse circumstances, fresh out of prison, homeless, this and that. And just by going through a 4-week program to learn a trade, right, to learn a skill that can pay them for the rest of their lives and feed their families. And just by them getting certified at the end of that 4 weeks, I've seen grown men cry, believe it or not. I've seen grown men cry because they never experienced such a sense of accomplishment in their life. They never got told, hey, I'm proud of you, or anything like that. They never felt proud of themselves, so even on a deeper level, outside of the money, outside of the opportunity there, you're talking about building character. You're talking about self-esteem, and that's way more important than money, or because you can have a lot of money, and if you have no self-esteem, that's worse. If you have a lot of money and no self-esteem, because you just have more money to destroy yourself, right? So, but you build character in the trades, right? You start from the bottom, and you gotta, especially as an apprentice or beginner, and you have to stick to it, and you got rules to follow, and you got it builds character, it builds structure in your life. And for the young adults listening to me right now, or young folks, yeah, if you're looking for that, if you never had a father in the home or whatever, like all that stuff that happens in life, pick up a skill, and let that skill mold you, right? And see where it takes you. I know I'm giving a little bit of motivational talk here, but that's just my style. So, the Drons doctor, what's up? Let's see, what's up, the Drons? Yeah, been good. Okay, that's good, Drons. Oh, you got the GQ going on. Hey, man, I'm just doing my thing on the holiday season. if you want to borrow the hat, just just email me. I'll ship it off to you. Reno, hey Reno, how you doing, sir? Good evening, everyone. Yeah, Reno, always good to have you in the house there, brother. Deployment is an amazing journey for me. Employment is scary, however, to each his own. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying on that. Yeah, it depends on you. It depends on your character. It depends on your character. I don't want to call people followers or I don't like to call people followers, but some people are employees. They don't necessarily want to branch out on their own. They're not risk takers, right? And that's fine. We need everybody has a place, right? If you want to stay within an establishment, right, in someone else's establishment and work your way up, absolutely nothing wrong with that. But we also need people to go out and start, new ventures, right? Start new ventures and build up, because like I said, that levels the playing field. So there's not so many 4 or 5 guys, companies just running the show, right? We always need people to go out and branch out on their own and start their own thing, right? So it can kind of level the playing field and be more competitive, right? Johns, everyone needs someone to look up to. Yeah, absolutely. Johns, doctor. My thing with that is, sometimes you may not have somebody to look up to in your close proximity to you, but you can always look up to principles, right? Principles will never leave you. They're always there, right? So you can look up to principles. So develop certain principles for yourself, certain standards for yourself that you can look up to when nobody else is there, or the people that are around you let you down, right? But your principles will never let you down. You may let them down. No, you won't even let them down, because the principles stand. Your principles won't be disappointed in you. They will always be urging you to look up, right, and get up if you fall down. Stephen Donaldson, hey, how you doing, sir? Us middle-aged folk need motivation to keep talk. Okay, too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we all need it. Keep talking with parents. Yeah, absolutely. I try to the people I do come across, I definitely try to, I don't try to shove things down people's throats. I don't do that, but I do say, hey, there's an opportunity over there. There's an opportunity over here. And everybody appreciates that, right? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Yeah, that, your principles, your standards are just that, right? They don't waver. You may waver, right? I kind of look at it as, the sun. The sun doesn't go down. It's the earth that just rotates, and it makes it look like the sun goes down, but the sun stays lit all the time, right? The earth spins away from the sun, so darkness comes. So if we look at use that as an analogy, when we spin away from our standards or turn away from our principles, then the metaphorical darkness may happen in our lives, right? But even then, sometimes the nighttime is good. Sometimes we need to learn those lessons in the dark times in life. But I see the trades as a when I talk about the building trades. For me, it's not just the industry, right? It's about the concept of building. If you think about the concept of building, and you look at your own character, you're actually building yourself every day, right? You're building yourself brick by brick, thought by thought, action by action. And then at the end of the day, at the end of 5 years, 10 years, that will be a reflection of what kind of, work ethic you had, right, in the building process, and what kind of structure is the result. So what do you want to be at the end of the day, right? What do you want to be? What kind of structure, what structure do you want your life to represent? Do you want it to be an Eiffel Tower? Do you want it to be a pyramid? Or do you want it to be an ant hill, right? And that's not to compare to anybody else, but that's just why not go for the top? All right, why not shoot for the top? Yeah. So let's see what else here I can impart while I'm on my rant here. Okay, let's see. here's something that could be kind of spicy for, depends on how you look at it. It said the solution to the shortage, right? The labor shortage is a balance between immigration policy, greater use of technology, efforts to raise the profile of construction as a career path. And let's focus on, because the other two, I don't want to dive too much into politics there, but let's just talk about the last two: use of technology and the profile of construction as a career path. That has been greatly diminished. That has been greatly diminished ever since college or university was promoted as the way to go, right? And then shop class and wood shop and all that stuff was kind of through to the wayside or put in the background. And I think I don't want to be conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but credit card companies, right? I mean, a lot of students, when they go to college, they want to spend money, and the credit card companies saw a great opportunity in growing, because of that desire for young people to have access to quick money without having to work for it, right? And so when you peel back the layers, you can see why college or that university life, higher education, was promoted in the formal sense that it is now, because you had other entities seeing opportunities, right? Seeing opportunities in that, and they had big pockets, and maybe they could pay for the media promotion of college over trades, right? Or the downplaying of the blue collar man or woman, the downplaying of the blue collar industry as a more lower tier or on the socioeconomic ladder. And so, yeah, in a nutshell, all that stuff was pushed to the background, right? But the job for us to do, at least my job and part of the job of this channel, is to really raise that profile once again, right? Because you're talking about less debt, okay, you're talking about more secure work, right? You're talking about getting out of training and definitely getting into the field that you trained for, right? All these things are the opposite of what it is today when a kid gets out of college, right? They don't even know if they're going to have a job in the career that they studied for, right? So if you had kids, would you want them to be on more secure footing when it comes to that? I definitely would. And I'm not saying don't go to school, but I would say, hey, at least learn a skill just in case, right? Just in case. And some people may say, well, I don't believe in a plan B. I don't necessarily either, but it's all one plan to me, but it's a diverse. Did I lose you guys? Sorry if I lost you guys. Something happened there. Sometimes these things happen, and hope you guys still there. Give me a thumbs up if you guys can see me, hear me. Sometimes we lose connections on these devices. Yeah. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up in the chat or something like that. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can see me or hear me. All right, guys. I think I'm still on. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes these things happen. Yeah. So like I said, don't be a complainer, guys. There's so much opportunity out there. In spite of what you hear, what you read, I guarantee you, if you apply yourself, if you go out there and see what's available, right? Find programs that can train you. They have so many programs, even for very young adults, for teens. They have camps, they have work programs, they have so many things out there that may not even cost you a dime, right? It's on the city's dime, it's on the state's dime that you can get the training you need to put yourself in a better position out there. Okay, thanks. You can hear me? Great. Sorry about that once again. But yeah, guys, go out there and go for it. I'm gonna be your biggest cheerleader coming into 2024 and beyond. Okay, when it comes to this stuff, right? I'm gonna be your biggest cheerleader. So much opportunity out there in the building trades, and not just the building trades. Nursing is a trade. IT is a trade, believe it or not. Okay, these are different trades, right? That you can go get training for, and you don't have to spend a lot of time getting it. It's less costly, and it's these are great careers that can be the launching pad to something even greater. Okay, that can be the launching pad to something greater, like your own business, your own enterprise. Start thinking like owners. Start thinking like owners, and establish yourself in this playing field here. Okay, there's enough for everybody, and you don't have to, shortchange yourself if you're not satisfied on that job or whatever you're doing right now. Okay, if you're sitting on the couch, get up off the couch and get on that computer and look stuff up, and and pay a visit to some of these programs and see what they need from you. Sometimes all it is just to show up on a Monday or the following week, right? Ready to go. Maybe you need to go buy some boots or a toolbox or a few tools or something like that. And that's all it takes. Okay, you guys can hear me? Great. All right. I think that's the first time that happened. All right, guys. So this, like I said, I just want to come on here for that. I hope you guys appreciate the festivities. Don't forget to go to calibrated.com and take advantage of the free shipping and the 20% off discounts. Okay, we have for you on selected items, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. Once again, I'm gonna go down the list to all my people that tune in. Point Thinner Gang, thanks for coming in and giving us your feedback on that. Love it. Claudette McCoy, I appreciate you all the time. The Drons Doctor, always good to see you, brother. Reno, always, man, always. That's my man right there. Steven, thanks for coming in, man, and sharing your thoughts. Much appreciated to you. Perigirl Life Notes, of course. Appreciate you. Hey, Daryl the Finisher just popped in. Let me tell you something about Daryl the Finisher, guy. Daryl, comes into my comments every now and then. I really appreciate the brother, but Daryl the Finisher, I want you guys to go to Daryl the Finisher's YouTube channel. He has a great YouTube channel. It's called Daryl the Finisher, and great content, great delivery. I'm proud of the brother. He's doing his thing. He knows so much about the handyman space, and he has a lot to learn in terms of finances, how to price your jobs, all that stuff. Check Daryl the Finisher's channel out. Subscribe to his channel. Show the brother some love. The Drons Doctor. My wife is a nurse, but she had to work for it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's face it, guys. If anything worthwhile in life, you got to work for it. If it's too easy, then you're not going to really appreciate it, right? Something's too easy in life. It's you got to when you pour your heart and soul into something, you really develop that skill you're building character, not just the skill, but the skill is the amount of skill you have is a reflection of the amount of character building that it took to get that skill. So it feeds on each other, right? So because you got to put the work in, you got to put the mental work in, the physical work in, right? And it makes you a better person overall. And that's what the trades do if you're serious about it, right? If you're serious about learning something, and it's not just for the trades, it's for anything you do in life, right? Anything you do in life. So kudos to your wife, Drons. Paragraph life that you can balance the decrease in work as your business increases. Yeah, that's a very good point. One of the great things about ownership is, you may start off a one-man show or one-woman show, but the goal of ownership in a capitalist economy is not to become a slave to your own business, right? At some point, you have to grow it to the point where you need others to come in and take care of the, the tasks that you're taking care of. You wear all the hats in the beginning, but that shouldn't stay that way, right? You want to grow it to a point where you're able to feed others, and they can feed their family because of what you built. There's no other greater feeling than that, right? And like Peregrine Lightno says, you can balance the decrease in work as your own business increases. So as you expand, right? As you expand your plumbing business, your drywall business, or your construction business or whatever, as you expand that, you bring people on. I think that's really the way it should work. Otherwise, you're going to be working yourself to death. And but it depends, right? If you want to be a one-man show and keep it on a certain level, that's fine too. As long as it's not it's detrimental to your health, right? Because you got to take, without your health, you don't have anything. So very good point. Very good light notes on that, right? So main point, guys, is I want you guys to be excited. I want you guys to have an attitude of excitement about your life, about your goals, right? Coming into this new season, this new cycle, be excited, right? That's one thing we have control over. We have control over our perceptions, no matter what it is. We can be living in the pits of I don't want to say, well, hell, right? But you could be in a dungeon, but if you're excited, they can't take anything away from you, right? They can't take that away from you. Very good lesson. I think we have to be an auntie and uncle in our own family community to help young people see the vocational opportunities that will help them both. Yes, absolutely. Back in the days, that was the case. We had family members that were carpenters, that were builders. They built stuff from scratch. They worked on their cars. We had fathers and uncles, and to do all this stuff. And now that's not really the case anymore. You hardly hear about that, right? And there's reasons for that. That happened, partly being the downplaying the importance of the trades in schools, right? Of learning the trades in schools, and that was part of the reason, right? And then so in the formative years of a young adult's life, they didn't really see this, they didn't hear it, and they lost interest in it. So right now we have people, gaming all day, or just all the negative stuff, right? That's not going to help them in the long run, right? And sometimes we got to kick our kids out of, we got to get them out of that stupor. That's our responsibility, right? But if we're in a stupor ourselves, then you can't expect them, right? They're just going to follow by example, right? And so we have to be the example there. So real Perigola, we do have to be that. We have, and it doesn't have to be your own kids. It could be kids anywhere that you see them in your community. Just see yourself as their guardian as well, right? They need, like they say, it takes a village. Well, that's very true, right? That's very true. The Drons Doctor, as long as you're alive, you can always climb the ladder to success. Absolutely, absolutely, Drons. And that's the attitude that you can never be defeated if you have that attitude, right? They can never defeat you. I don't care what they throw at you, right? They cannot take they cannot take your attitude. They cannot take your spirit, right? And if you develop your spirit strong enough, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You will use all the obstacles as rocks to climb to the ladder of success, and that's the way it works. Yeah. Anyway, guys, once again, appreciate you guys coming on and supporting the live, and you know, I hope to see you guys in the next year. Of course, I'm going to be here next week, but you know, every week on Tuesday. But I hope you took what I said to heart, and you know, go for it. Whatever goals you have in life, go for it. Go for it. Put your all into it. Throw your all into it, and I guarantee you're gonna get a lot out of it. You get out what you put in, right? Even if it doesn't look like you're getting anything out, I guarantee you're getting something out of it. Again, even if it's just character building, so you can move on to the next step, right? So you can be stronger for the next step, to climb that next ladder. So many people have fell by the wayside. We see it every day, right? We see it every day, and you know, you don't have to be that way, right? So anyway, guys, I appreciate you coming in, and happy holidays to you guys. All right, take care.